How's it going, guys? Nathan from Nathan's MRE, and today we're doing a Mountain House ration. This particular one is freeze-dried biscuits and gravy with buttermilk biscuits with gravy and pork patty crumbles. These could be bought at your local store, your local sporting goods store. They're around $5 to $7, depends on where you go. This particular one, the net weight is 4.94 ounces. On the back, we have a Best Buy date of November 2046. So they're good for a really long time. People say they're good for even longer than that. This one is done by Mountain House, division of Oregon Freeze Dried. So before it was, I believe before it was Mountain House's Oregon Freeze Dried, if I remember right. Because if you remember our rations from back in the 60s we did, they were Oregon Freeze Dried. And that was long before Mountain House was around, to my knowledge. So this has 310 calories, 2 servings per bag, so 620 calories. Calories from fat, 130. Has total fat, 14 grams, which is 23% of daily value. Saturated fat, 6 grams. Trans fat, 0. Cholesterol, 10 milligrams. This one has sodium is 900 milligrams. And like the last pouch we did was the Backpackers, what was it? Jerk chicken or something or another, I don't remember. That was 14 or 1500 milligrams of salt. So that was tremendously more than this one is. Total carbohydrates is 36 grams, dietary fiber 2 grams. It only has 8 grams of protein per serving, so there's 16 grams in this bag, which is not too bad. You know, for biscuits and gravy, it's actually pretty decent. Vitamin A is 0%, calcium 20, vitamin C 0, and iron 15%. So it has some instructions on the back. Preparation instructions: open package and tear notch, remove and discard oxygen absorber. It says carefully add 1 3/4 cup boiling water. Stir carefully and close zipper for additional 4 minutes. Stir again. Let stand for 8 to 9 minutes. Stir and enjoy right out of the pouch. For thicker gravy, use 1.5 cups of boiling water. We do know for a fact on most of this freeze-dried stuff, you need to let it sit a little longer. What it says, if you only do 8 to 9 minutes, it will have some non-hydrated chunks in it. We usually do about 15 minutes on it. That being said, let's go ahead and get it open. Got a little dust falling out of it. There we go. Knock the dust out of the way. You can see some pretty big chunks of stuff. We'll go ahead and pull our oxygen absorber out right now while it's at the top. And we can see chunks of bread, which I guess is going to be the biscuits, and our crumbles of meat. Don't smell too bad. It smells, kind of has that Lipton soup kind of smell to it. Hopefully they didn't douse it full of onion powder like a lot of companies do with these. I don't think that's going to be the case on this, but we're definitely going to find out here in just a couple minutes. Okay, so that being said, we have our boiling water right here, and we have it measured out 1 3/4 cups. We're gonna let it sit a lot longer, so we might be better off going and put the whole 1 3/4 cups in it. So let's just go ahead and give it a try. Now while we're mixing this up, I'm gonna tell you a little story. We have story time. The last video, the Chinese ration is getting a lot of hate. I put the thumbnail on it. That is my hand in the thumbnail. That's just through one filter off my iPhone. I took a picture. Here's what the deal is. I actually just left a comment. Kind of milky looking, actually. I left a comment on that video. And these MRE videos, they cost a lot of money to produce, as you notice. This past month, the channel wasn't making enough money to actually support itself. So this month we went out on a limb. I took a bunch of my personal money, almost 300 bucks. We put it in the channel. Kind of a kamikaze mission. Hopefully it was going to work. We did that. We started that on the beginning of December. In theory, December is supposed to be the biggest month for YouTube, even though this past December it was not. It was a terrible month. So we dumped all that money, all the videos in it. All the videos are not done yet. We still got 4 or 5 more coming. And the channel actually made less money than ever before by doing this many videos. So a little bit worried. I wouldn't even really call it clickbait. I would call it a suggestive thumbnail that most people thought were funny. Well, immediately everybody got on there and hit a thumbs down on the video. Let me tell you what hitting a thumbs down does. All right, that brings me down in Google search even further. That messes with the algorithm on YouTube. That puts my videos down lower. So a lot of you guys hit the thumbs down. I'm sure not really realizing the consequences that does, but that is going to reel our channel back even further. I like doing these videos. I wish I could do these constantly, but we have to do what makes sense financially. So that's where we're at with it. That's the whole reasoning behind that. I think right now that video has working on 3,000 views. It's made $3. So that's the scope of things. Sometimes they make more, sometimes they make even less than that many views. Where things are sitting right now. That's why that is. That's what happens when you thumbs down the videos. And that is the true story behind YouTube. But enough of that. We're back in roughly 15 minutes. All right, guys, so we're back. It's been, well, right at 15 minutes, 14 minutes. I'm going to open it up, take a look, see what's going on inside here. Actually, it looks pretty good. Give it a good stir. There's just a tiny bit of water that it hasn't soaked up yet. And a piece of bread. Well, let's check a piece of bread. How about that? It looks pretty good. I think we're ready to go on it. All right, let's go ahead and set that to the side. Let's get it trayed up. And as far as the clickbait goes, like I was talking about before, I won't do that anymore because I know you guys don't like that. But I just want you to remember that's why I did it. So we'll hope things turn around and hopefully we keep doing this for years and years to come. I love doing these videos, but it has to make sense. It smells really good. You really smell the sausage. I really had some question about this one. Just because what it was, the entree. But it seems like it smells really nice. I'll pour a bunch out here. We can't pour it all out because obviously it won't all fit in the tray. That's, I don't know, a little more than half of it. There's still a lot in there yet. I'll zip that back up so it stays hot. Put that out to the side. And I think we're ready to try it. Kind of weird only having one entree on this tray, but that's just the way it is today. So we'll get a piece of our bread, or biscuits you might say, some sausage. I don't see much pepper or anything in it. It might be kind of bland. Depends on how spicy the sausage is they put in it, but we're about to find out. Let's go ahead and take a taste and see. Wow. It's actually really good. Really shocking and surprising. My question is, some of these freeze-dried companies, Mountain House has always been good. That Augustin Farms meals we had, they were terrible. I don't know why they don't spend just a few extra dollars, or pennies per meal and make it good. Put better seasoning in it. They hit this right on the head. It is very, very good. So that's it, guys. That is all for the Mountain House Biscuits and Gravy Breakfast. 110% satisfied with it. I give this a 10 out of 10. So that's all for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. Always appreciated. We'll be back very soon with another MRE video. See you later.